situation where a man will or a woman, a person will be um, living in perpetual lack, unable to provide for himself, his family. It's so pathetic, so pathetic, and it's the worst situation anyone can be, and such can actually lead to um, people into to start doing things that they had never imagined. Why do we have people in carrying out terrorism today? A lot of them, it's as a result of poverty. It's as a result of poverty. Some of these guys had dreams. Some of them never knew. They had never thought of being terrorists. But these were folks while they were young, they had dreams. They want to do great things. But due to one reason or the other, um, bad system, like case in Nigeria, bad leadership, um, um, the system not being in place for them to function, one excuse or the other, they found out that um, their dreams could not be achieved. They couldn't even provide for themselves. The basic things that they need was actually not being provided for them, and they can't help themselves too. And you see folks bringing up what they see as opportunity, which is some of them now terrorism today, some into banditry, some into bunkering business, into one shady things or the other. Some of our young folks today at a very little age into Yahoo, into rituals, you know, and you could see it that alone as it's there are serious um, negativity in our society. So these are lots, and there are lots and lots and lots of things that myself and yourself actually know about that poverty has brought in our land. It is it is the lack of money, it is poverty that um that made some of our leaders also had this mentalities today, because if we should trace them, you find out that some of these folks, they developed this mindset because of where they were coming from. They developed this mindset because of where they were coming from. Some of them were thugs, but we yeah, at the initial state, they wanted to be good people, but the system they found themselves it's so pathetic that even some of them couldn't even help themselves. That's trying to even bring up one excuse. I'm not trying to bring up excuse for our for our bad leadership, but that's the truth. That's the truth. I was opportune to do a little interview for a 6-year-old boy, and I asked him, "Hey, what do you want to be?" And he said, "I want to be the president." I said, "The president of Nigeria." I said, "Wow, that's a good one." I said, "Why do you want to be a president?" I think that was in 2015. And he said, "Ah, Brother Lucky, are you stupid?" That was a 6 years old boy asking me that question. I said, "What do you mean?" He said, "If you see the president of our country's son, can you near him?" And I was like, wow. That was a child, you know, who the parents were actually struggling to raise. So that mentality had gotten into him. But what if this child is being raised in a society where his basic needs are being, they are being met? You don't need to see his parents struggling for money to feed him. You don't need to see his parents struggling so hard for money to pay his fees. But this is what he sees perpetually. This is what he sees almost every time of his life. And a mindset was developed. Imagine that child now grow with that mindset. Then what kind of president would that child become? What kind of society are we going to produce? So, so um, just to wrap up what I have said, you know, poverty
Introduce yourself.
is a very it's the worst disease that any man would ever encounter. My name is Lucky Ibu. I'm also known as LC Ibu, I'm a pastor, I'm a gospel music artist, and a businessman. Thank you so much.
Collect the rights, collect the money, collect everything, and still make a firm decision. Be intentional about this coming election. Know who you want to vote for. Ask questions. What do they want to do differently? Today, in my constituency where I come from, many of the contestants have come to lobby me because I have a very strong structure in my constituency. They've been, coming to lobby me. And my question is, what do you want to do differently? If I have to tell my followers to vote for you, what will you do differently? I don't want the money. How much do you want to give me? It will not take me a month to exhaust it. But the decision that we take now would go over and over and over to the coming generation. So we have to make a firm decision. Vote buying is not what should be encouraged in Nigeria. Unfortunately, despite the fact that we youth are clamoring that we want change, we are still the ones that will collect things from these people and not challenge them. That is the problem. We know what the problem is, but we are not ready to go by the solution. It is very hard for us to really stand on our feet and challenge and say, no, I'm not going to do this. So if there is anything that I want to encourage every one of us here to do is to get our PVC. That is the power. You get your PVC first. Every other things comes later. You get the PVC, that is your power to vote in or to vote out. Somebody was telling me the other day that even if we get this PVC, those that we vote for will not get into power. I said, just vote for the person first. Whether it will be rigged or not, satisfy your conscience that you have done your part. And then you allow other things to follow. It is very challenging today that youths are not allowed to get into power, especially in the party that I belong to. They see youths as a threat, and if you do not stand up to challenge them, they will still continue to recycle themselves. From being a governor to becoming a senator to becoming a minister to becoming a this, they don't want to leave it. And it is affecting every one of us. In Nigeria today, you are not dead until government declares you dead. You are not giving birth to until government declares you giving birth to. Because when you are dead, before your corpse can be moved from one place to another, they request for death certificate, isn't it? If you give birth to a child today, they ask you to go and get a birth certificate. All of this system has to be challenged. And it cannot be challenged when you sit in your house drinking wine and eating chicken. It will not work. Whether you have the money or not, look inwards. Look at yourself critically. Run a SWOT analysis on yourself. If you think there is a change that you can make in your immediate environment, in your community, in your constituency, in your state, for the nation at large, stand up. The support would come when people begin to see how proactive and vibrant you are. The support will come. Stand up first. Run for positions, State House of Assemblies, House of Representatives, the Senate, governorship, presidency. Just stand up, do something. Do something. And I would like to let us know that no change will happen if we all do not rise up to our responsibility and do things right. Thank you so much for listening.
Greetings from Poverty Fighters Squad TV. Greetings from all poverty fighters around the world. Greetings from Ikeja Chamber of Commerce, Industry and Agriculture. We welcome you to today's episode of Reflections with Otunba Adeleye. Today, we're dealing particularly with is a situation that is going around the country where our young ones are known presently now to be more of independent. Most parents do not want their children to pass through the rigors of life, believing that what they suffered, they don't want their children to suffer it. Unfortunately, it is part of training for one to go through the hard way to success. There is no smooth way to success. And we should stop allowing these children or these kids to believe that there is a shortcut where people can easily make easy money and do not go for hard work. We are talking about what it was in the past and to present to you what is obtainable today. In the past, we were taught, especially the Christian side, and of course with the Muslims too, that salvation, your salvation is much more important than naira and kobo. We do not believe that this country can be what we are seeing today. We do not believe means that it was not like that in the beginning. In the beginning, there is integrity. In the beginning, there is God's favor. In the beginning, there is faith. People hold on to their faith and walk through life in a very diligent way, a successful manner that somebody can rest in peace. These days, we find it very difficult to believe that children of nowadays do not even want to seek or seek the face of God for them to enhance their position. They just want to wake up and become billionaires. They don't even talk of millions again. And the Poverty Fighter Squad is against poverty, but we are also not interested in people who are corrupt. We don't want corrupt leaders. The level of corruption in our country, Nigeria, today has risen to a level that nobody will ever thought that we will get to this level. Recently, there was a video viral going on. Some pupils from a particular school in Lagos went to Dubai. And in Dubai, one of them was displaying sexual activities that are only meant for adults. This shook the world, and it is a very, very bad notion for our country, Nigeria. And you know how bad news flies. The good news doesn't fly so high. But when the news is bad, it will quickly go viral. And it's a pity that that's the situation in which we are. On reflections with Otunba Adeleye today, what we are trying to explain to you, especially the parents, is that hard work really makes sense. Hard work is the in thing for everyone who believes in God. If you believe in God, you will not go about looking for rituals, looking for yahoo yahoo, looking for things that will make your life very miserable. If you spend a life that is only 1 year on the running, and you die miserably, and you die violent death, and you die, unrecognized, what do you gain from it? What do you gain from it? We are poverty fighters. We are fighting poverty. We are looking for how people can make it. We are struggling. We are putting people through training. We are putting people through different aspects of life that can make how to make money without being corrupt, how to make money without going to jail. That is what Poverty Fighter is doing. Not only we want you to join, we also want you to practicalize it. We want it to be practical. We want you to know that in your life you can make a headway in this world without being corrupt, without going after looting the government or anything. Why I'm referring to the school in Dubai is that first and foremost, you can know that the parents of those people, of those pupils, are so-called quote unquote rich. These riches, if you find out, you will know there are illegal funds, there are illegal way of making money. So there is enough of loose money to go around, and the children they are going into it, they are growing up into it without fear. There is so much money being thrown around. Of course, these children are not poor children. That's why they can afford everything you see them being able to afford. Going to Dubai for vacation and going there to spoil the name of your country. Going there to do ridiculous things. And essentially, it is not good for our country. We will not support that. We are not into a situation where we want people to go and amass wealth and look for a way to launder the money by, by, by destroying the future of the children. Because it is the children that this thing is affecting now. When somebody have enough money and lose money, money that you don't need is being thrown around the family because the papa and mama are dubious, the papa and mama are thieves, they have robbed, they have stolen more than enough money. Yes, there are people who get their own money legitimately who can still send their children to Dubai, of course. But when you see this kind of children, if you look into the background, you will find out that these are no people from a very low background in form of family character. How do you take your children? How do you teach them? What do you teach them? What do you give to them as a legacy? You give to them surplus money, they go shopping, they have iPhone, the phones that adults are still looking for, they're already on it. So many issues on the phone, so many corrupt way of life, they are exposed to it at a very early age. So what does the future hold? What does the future hold for Nigeria? What does the future hold for your family? What does the future hold in your dynasty? What does the future hold? What will your ancestors say? Of course, Nigerians are less worried about character these days because they said everything has to is money. Just have money. Whichever way you have it doesn't matter. Just have money. That's what they know now. And this thing is driving us crazy. It's driving us crazy. It's making the society to be worse for it. Coupled with world economic tendencies that we are going through now. So if we don't quickly bring back what was a gold before, what is value, what are the norms, how will we get there? Those days, they don't preach for us prosperity. They preach for us salvation. They preach for us wisdom. They preach to us things that can make your life meaningful. How to be a successful person without sin. How you can commit yourself to this world and be productive. How you can contribute. How you can put your footprints on the sands of time. How you can be a community leader, a recognized leader in the community. That is what you are taught to do. But these days, what do you find? The father will not come back until 11. He will wake up in the morning. He will leave the house before the children wake up. He will come back to the house when they have already slept. Weekends are not there because there is engagement. There is wedding somewhere. There is travels to do. The same thing applies to the women, the mothers. They are not available. Especially the little ones. I pity them a lot because they are left at the mercy of the housemaid or neighbor or nanny. And through all this, they get different opinions. They see life from an angle that it doesn't matter. All you need in your life is to have money. Certainly, money is not everything. It's not everything money can buy. Money cannot buy good character. Money cannot buy you heaven. Money cannot save you. Money cannot buy salvation. Eh? So what are we talking about? Why do you need so much money? Lose money. And because this illegal money are those that are the people that are spoiling this country. In the other episode, I spoke about people getting 100 million to go and collect forms to do contests in the political parties. Eh? These people should be probed. Each and every one of them should be probed. And unless there is consequences, that is why Nigeria is going this way. There are no consequences. Everybody behaves the way they like. All they care about is, okay, let me just be there. Once I'm there, I will replenish, I will collect the money, I will rob the society, I will rob them blind. And of course, that's what we are introducing. That is what these political parties are introducing. This 2023 that is coming, everybody is being afraid now. Because all the comers, most of them are pretenders. They don't have anything to offer the country. What is country? Country is not you alone. Okay? The country is a very large population of people in needs. That position is not meant for money bags. Money bags, they don't obey the laws. They don't regard laws. They do whatever they like. Because the spirit of money is such that it's not humble. Money is not humble. Money will drive you to a point that you can even ask your daddy or your mommy to prostrate and you want to climb up there. We have had such music before now, which was preaching for us that is not the way to go about it. My dear elder statesman, Chief Ebenezer Obey, there was a song he sang like that. When a young man becomes so rich, he now said he wants his dad to be holding horse for him to ride. Unfortunately, eventually the horse threw him off and he died. Is that not a tragic end? Why do we have to follow such? So if we are preaching against poverty, we are preaching for character. We are preaching people to know how to live a good life. Not to become one that will end up tragically. Those who end up tragically, they have lost it all. They have lost it all. So today, we are going to encourage you, my good viewers, my esteemed viewers, to ensure that you give a legacy to your children such that when you even leave, you will be happy that they are strong, they are holding forth for you. But a parent that does not even have any dignity, a parent that is encouraging their children to go on rampage, money rampage, go to club, spend 1 million a night, certainly that money is ill-gotten. It's ill-gotten because there is no hard-working man who will give ₦1 million to any child or group of children to go and spend lavishly somewhere. It is not possible. It's not possible. So I want to beg of you to know the kind of people that you are dealing with. You parents, teach your children the way of God and they will never depart it. I'll see you after this break.